Since getting my Nintendo Switch, the game I've spent the most time playing is Super Mario Odyssey, and while I for the most part don't do reviews of mainstream games, I thought I'd give it a go with Odyssey. Let me know in the comments if you want to see more mainstream game reviews. Nintendo has really made a big effort when it comes to reinventing gameplay with their two most famous franchises, Mario and Zelda. Breath of the Wild really changed things up and is quite different to most other Zelda games. Super Mario Odyssey doesn't change as many gameplay elements, but it's enough to make the game quite unique to its predecessors. For me, all the changes have resulted into something that's replayable and rarely frustrating, which makes the game nice to play for both long periods of time and short sessions. Today we'll take a look at gameplay, graphics, and sound, but to start off, let's go over the storyline first. Nothing really super groundbreaking here. Bowser kidnaps Princess Peach, wow, what a surprise, with the intention of marrying her. Bowser's basically going all over the place, raiding kingdoms and stealing stuff in preparation for the wedding. In a place called Cap Kingdom, Mario meets and teams up with Cappy, who is a hat thing. Bowser kidnaps Cappy's sister Tiara because, well, she's a tiara, and I guess Bowser wants Peach to wear one. You follow Bowser from one kingdom to another with the Odyssey, which isn't a van, but an airship that looks like a top hat. It's powered by Power Moons, which are the game's equivalent to stars, I think, and you'll find a ton of those scattered throughout. In terms of gameplay, the controls do what you expect them to do. L moves Mario around, R moves the camera around, B is for jumping, and Y lets you throw Cappy, which is your main form of attack. Alternatively, you can also use A and X, or motion controls, which are usually little flicking motions you do with the Joy-Con or the Pro Controller. Cappy can also possess certain enemies, which in turn gives you different abilities, allowing you to access different parts of the stage. I really like this because it allows you to experiment and play with different game mechanics as you progress through the game. To mix things up further, there are little 2D sections spread around the map. I love those segments. It's interesting how they sometimes wrap across edges and curves of the 3D environment. The music switches to 8-bit-esque versions when you enter, which is a nice touch. I just wish there were more of these. Super Mario Odyssey ditches the game over screen and the whole lives system, so if you die you lose 10 coins and go back to the last checkpoint. I don't really mind that, to be honest. It also means you won't be collecting any 1-ups, and instead of mushrooms you can collect hearts to fill up Mario's life meter. Coins are still a part of the game, and you use them to buy items or hints where the Power Moons are. Each kingdom also has these purple things to collect. They're a form of in-kingdom currency that you use to buy things like outfits. And of course there are the Power Moons, which there are very many of. Power Moons can be in very obvious places, some are more difficult to get to, while others require you to complete some sort of challenge or minigame. I like that Odyssey rewards the player for exploring and checking nooks and crannies. There is a local 2-player mode, and it's actually really well done. You'll have to use the Joy-Cons for this. The first player controls Mario, the second Cappy. A lot of the more difficult to reach items become easier to get actually, because Cappy's range is much higher. But other tasks that are easy in single player require a bit of coordination. It makes the game feel quite different actually. As you can tell, everything runs very smoothly. It's consistently at 60 FPS. I didn't notice any slowdowns when playing, both handheld and docked. There is a mixture of cartoony and realistic art styles. I mean, look at the people here compared to Mario. I think Nintendo did a good job by not making the realistic parts look too realistic. Otherwise, there would be a jarring contrast between the art styles. I do think that some textures, especially this grass here, doesn't look very good. And if you're playing docked, you might notice some jaggies. I don't think it's running natively at 1080p. Probably upsampled. The stages are all very well designed and laid out. Some of them aren't very big, but there's a lot packed into a small space, which kind of makes up for that. All the different kingdoms have interesting visual themes, and they all feel different from one another. The sound design is always great in Mario games, and that includes Odyssey. A lot of the satisfaction one gets from initiating actions and hitting things actually comes from sound effects. The music is also really good. I especially like the jazzy tunes used in the Metro Kingdom. Sounds like something someone could make lo-fi hip-hop out of, and something I appreciate are all the little details they managed to throw in, like this accordion noise. I just thought that was pretty funny. In the end, Super Mario Odyssey wasn't exactly what I expected, which is good because the first time I saw the trailer, I didn't think I'd actually like it. I became more interested when more gameplay videos started coming out, and when I got the opportunity to actually play it for real, I needed to get a copy for myself, and I'm glad I did. It's the most innovative Mario title in years, and I think people who perhaps weren't too enthusiastic about some of the more recent Mario games will find lots to like here. The game isn't particularly difficult. I never died fighting any of the bosses. There's an assist mode to make things even easier, but why would anyone want that? Maybe for kids who've never played a video game before? I don't know. But the lack of difficulty also removes almost all frustrating moments from the game, which is probably what they were going for. And if there's one more bit of criticism I have is the lack of playable characters. It would have been nice to maybe throw Luigi in, or someone other than Mario, just for variety. But I think it's a testament to how good the game is, because even though people complain about it, this game is still getting lots of praise. So maybe something for Super Mario Odyssey 2? That's it for the review. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm on a few different platforms like Twitch, Twitter, Patreon, and Discord, so check those out if you want to. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I hope to see you again in the next video.